To be able to communicate clearly and really get your beliefs and your opinions out there, you need to be able to use commas well. So comma rule number 5 states that you are to use comma between coordinate adjectives of equal importance that modify the same noun. Do not separate adjectives of unequal importance. A good way to determine if the adjectives in your sentence are of equal importance is to ask the following two questions below. 1. Does the sentence make sense if the adjectives are written in reverse order? And 2. Does the sentence make sense if the adjectives are written with an and between them? So if you answer yes to these questions, then the adjectives are coordinate and should be separated by a comma. There are some examples below on your handout of coordinate and non-coordinate adjectives, and we'll take a look at a few of those now. When we read that first example, he was a difficult, stubborn child, you will see that the two adjectives describing the child are difficult and stubborn. Now in the example there is a comma there. Why is that? Why are the adjectives coordinate? Well, if you can reverse them as is shown in the second sentence, he was a stubborn, difficult child, and it still makes sense, then you will put a comma in. The other way to do this, you could say he was a difficult and stubborn child, and if that still makes sense, you put a comma in its place. They are coordinate, they are of equal importance. If you look at the next example, you will see that these are non-coordinate and they're of unequal importance. So if you look at the sentence, it reads, they lived in a white frame house. So do we put a comma in here? We switch the adjectives around. Again, the adjectives are white and frame to describe the house. And it would read, they lived in a frame white house. So you'll see these are non-coordinate adjectives because it doesn't make sense to say a frame white house. All right, white describes the frame house. So you do not put a comma here. In this next example, there are 3 adjectives that describe the sun: relentless, 2 powerful, and 3 summer. So the sentence reads, the relentless, powerful summer sun beat down on them. Why do we put a comma after relentless? Well, if you would look at those first 2 adjectives and decide whether they are coordinate or non-coordinate, try to flip them around. The powerful, relentless summer sun beat down on them. That works. It still makes sense. Both powerful and relentless describe the summer sun. If we move on to adjectives 2 and 3 and see if we can flip those around, we'll see that it doesn't make sense. The relentless summer, powerful sun beat down on them. All right, this doesn't make sense because we need to have the summer and the sun together because we're describing the summer sun. So you would not put a comma between powerful and summer. The only comma in this sentence would be between relentless and powerful. So the relentless, powerful summer sun beat down on them. And finally, remember that coordinate means that these are of equal importance. They are both describing the same object. So when you see relentless and powerful, both of those adjectives describe the summer sun. But when you see summer, it just describes the sun. So that is the difference between coordinate and non-coordinate in this sentence. Look at the other examples on this handout here and make sure that this makes sense to you, the difference between coordinate and non-coordinate adjectives. It can be a little iffy and take a while to get the handle of, so if you want to find more examples on the internet, there are plenty out there. Just type in commas and coordinate adjectives to the search bar. Also on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, I'll ask you in your quick write time to be using this comma rule, and please ask me if you have questions about whether your adjectives are coordinate or non-coordinate. In about a week's time, we'll have a quiz over this.